If you are an empath or someone who lives with love in their heart, then you undoubtedly have experienced what it feels like to be attacked by people who want to destroy you. There is a light inside of us that we are born with. This light carries so much knowledge and ability to heal and create a whole different reality. This light and this love that I'm describing is kind of like water. It's like a river. It runs through us. It knows no limitations. When it sees an obstacle, it's intelligent enough to find a way around that. A way that creates no harm unless it's absolutely necessary. This light and this love has incredible authority and power in this world spiritually. It's very important to keep the pureness in our heart and soul in order that we have authority and power in us during this time. But people often don't know how valuable this light is when they first come into this world. They don't really understand because they get attacked when the light is seen. It may be because their parents are abusing them and hurting them every time their light is shown. It could be bullies on the playground. There are different reasons why people give up this light. And it's oftentimes not until much later that they realize how valuable that light was to them. Many, in fact, never realize it because they stay locked in a subconscious pattern, locked in a behavioral pattern, in a cultural conditioning pattern that robs them from even ever being able to recover themselves. It's important for you to understand what's going on when you see someone who is trying to attack you, because you have inner peace, you have love, you have family, you have friends. There are so many ways that people choose to target people in this world and try to take them down to the level of difficulty that the other people are suffering with. This light inside of us that we're born with manifests love. That love can set people free from things that bind them, confusions, lies, manipulations, abuse. But many people have traded their light for impermanent power and material and things that have caused them a spiritual death. They will tell themselves a story that the light inside of people is weak, but that is a lie. The truth is that the light of love is energy that can transform us and all matter around us. When we give up that light for material and selfish gains, we experience death over and over and over again. Death of what it could have been made more beautiful through us, what could have been made more whole because of us. And instead, we become an instrument of the destructive realm. In this way of practice, we destroy ourselves just as much as we destroy anything else around us, because we simply have not done the work to bring back in the light of our being and our soul. People who have given up this light for short-term gains, people who have traded it for power and domination and ways of manipulating others, manipulating realities in order to tilt the table that they get all the gains and everybody else loses. That's a spiritual death practice. That's how you die from the inside out. All of the beauty is evacuated from your soul when you slant the tables in your direction for your own personal private gain. And so when you see a person who's lost all the beauty inside of their heart, when they have nothing but hatred and anger and viciousness, what you see is the destructive realm working within them. So when they see you in joy and in friendship and in happiness and peace, there's a part of them subconsciously that hates you for that. Even though you're not the one that has caused this problem, they don't know that, because once they gave away the truth within them, they gave away the ability to be honest within themselves about what's happening, about how it happened, and why it's happening. They're locked in the lies that they have told. Now, it doesn't always mean that they're not aware of the lies they're telling. They oftentimes are. But their ego is lying to them, making them feel like they're so clever to stay ahead of all the lies, and that they can just keep spinning the web more sophisticated so that nobody can catch up and will ever see what they're spinning is not true. People who have left love behind and truth behind, at some point in their life, they were approached to give up their most sacred connection, the connection to their soul, and the part of unconditional love that they felt inside for all beings in order for a short-term gain. Maybe it happened when they were kids on the playground. Maybe it happened when they were teens. Or maybe it happened when they were in a boardroom meeting. But at some point, they decided to slant the table in their own personal, self-centered direction. And this is the point of disconnection from the soul and the emotional self that knew what right action was. If you're an empath or a person who has magnified love inside of them, and you've figured out how to survive with that love still intact, then you are the highest target that they could find, because they seek to prove to themselves once and for all that love is a fraud, that love is fake, that it's not real, that it's weak, that it's easily overcome. They need this to be true in order that they will not see themselves as someone who gave up something so precious. Their soul knows that they are destroying themselves. They're giving up the most beautiful gift ever given. Their human mental construct is telling them a story that it doesn't matter. And even though their body grieves for that feeling that was lost within them, the feeling of interconnection with all life and the joy of being and all these amazing experiences that you can feel when you're interconnected, they still tell themselves the story that nothing matters and it's all meaningless because they've been disconnected from emotional intelligence and spiritual knowing. So the best thing that you can do is remove them from having access to your inner world, to your inner truth, to your inner knowing. It's important because you don't want them to trigger you and take you into a lower court than where your higher consciousness is trying to take you. But it's important to allow people the free will they've been given to make the choices that they do, but to remove yourself from needing to cause harm to them, even though they choose to cause harm to you. Do no harm is a very important spiritual principle. Even though people try to harm you, you don't have to retaliate. You can set boundaries. You can state your power to them once. But if you do it over and over again, then it becomes something different, and it can be very destructive to you. So if you have to create a strong boundary with someone like this, then do that one time. And do that in a way that you're not insulting them or attacking them, but you're showing them your power and you're showing them what you will not put up with, and you're creating that spiritual boundary line. After that, let it go. Allow yourself to do your inner work. If you feel triggered or they're making you feel a certain way, then thank God for that opportunity, because that's an opportunity where you can go inside and say, okay, what's coming up for me? What is this making me feel? And then you can do your own inner work. That's sometimes some of the most blessed moment that you can have, is when someone triggers something that you still need to work on within yourself. Then that's an opportunity for you to lovingly go inside and say, how is this making me feel? What can I do about that? And to really put things back into alignment in its proper way. Just because someone wants to destroy you does not mean that's your business. I know that's going to sound funny to people, because in this world we're conditioned towards war. We're conditioned to control and own the narrative. We're told that if we don't fight for ourselves and we don't stand up for ourselves, then people will run all over top of us and will become nothing. But that's just simply not true. You can practice your life in a way that controls how you behave, what you acknowledge, how you work with that piece of yourself that you're acknowledging, and how you work with those traumas that are being triggered. So the most important takeaway is that if someone is trying to steal your purity and joy and the love in your heart and the inner peace that you have, know that that is yours. That is a gift that you have been born with, and that is your gift to protect and to nurture and to develop in your lifetime here. I hope to encourage you all to continue the work of inner processing so that you can stay strong in this world of so many tests and so many difficulties. If there's anything that you would like me to discuss from an empathic view, please leave that in the comment section below. I'll leave you with a quote from Jesus. Be in the world, but not of it. This is spiritual mastery, knowing how to master oneself, regardless of the difficulties and challenges around us. Be well, my brothers and sisters. I love you all. Thank you for being here.